So from from what I've read, I'm gonna go for a classic. We're gonna switch it up. Oh my gosh, Solstice by Lee. I don't know. I think that makes for a good plot if you ask me. Hello and welcome back to my channel. I'm Natalie and today we're going to be doing a TBR. I'm going to get straight into it, but this is literally books that have been sitting on my bookshelf for not actually too long, to be fair, but for a minute. Most of them are series that I've already started and it's like the second book that I need to read. We're not buying any more books, we're not giving into consumerism. We need to finish what we have on our bookshelves and that's what this is. It's September, so now it just feels like the perfect time for our thrillers, our fantasy books or dark academia. First we're starting with Pride and Prejudice by Jane Austen. I don't know why, I've just been craving literature like no other. I just absolutely miss annotating a book. I don't know, like I just want to go back to like A-level English lit or GCSE English lit, so that is why I picked this one up. This isn't one that I ever studied in school. I think it was more Shakespeare, William Shakespeare at school, but yeah, we're gonna go for a classic. We're gonna switch it up. I can't wait to read this. I think this is probably the book that I'm gonna start now. I absolutely love Bridget Jones's Diary, so yeah, let's read the original with Darcy and Elizabeth. I am also setting out to read House of Sky and Breath by Sarah J Maas. I want to actually get through the Crescent City series. I read House of Earth and Blood with, oh, I've forgotten her name, Bryce, and I'm not really sure where this one is going to go. I'm not going into it blind. I think there was like one chapter already at the end of House of Earth and Blood to be able to read. My thoughts is that we're still following Bryce, but then we're in a different house, so I'm not sure, but I do feel like Bryce is going to be super powerful, so who knows. But the blurb does say Bryce Quinlan and Hunt Athalar have made a pact. As they process the events of the spring, they will keep things platonic until winter solstice. But can the two resist when the crackling tension between them is enough to set the whole of Crescent City aflame? For they are not out of danger yet. Dragged into a rebel movement, Bryce, Hunt and their friends are unwittingly pitted against a terrifying Asteri, whose notice must be avoided at all costs. But as Bryce and Hunt learn more about the rebel cause, they face a choice. Stay silent while others are oppressed, or fight, and they've never been very good at staying silent. So yeah, I don't really know what's going on here. I just don't know where this is gonna go. Like, I'm quite excited to see this. I do remember the last book, but I just don't really know how we're going to fit it in to this one. So Crescent City is an urban fantasy. They've got modern day technology, they've got phones. I actually think that's pretty cool. Like, there's a lot of times where in these fantasy books it's like if only they could tell this person instantly, but it's the old forms of communication, like by carrier pigeon or whatever the case. So I kind of like the idea if someone's in danger, it is just a simple like text, I'm in danger. I'm excited to see when Nesta comes up in these Crescent City books, but yeah, with these books I feel like it's hard to sort of get into it because it's getting used to like a new world and operating differently. Like I said, like they've got their phones and they're going to these nightclubs and stuff, and it's like, girl, okay, and they're drinking all this like normal sort of alcohol, so it's quite interesting in that sense. But yeah, we don't know, I don't know how this could potentially go, but I am excited to keep reading and seeing where Bryce ends up, and I really want to see the relationship with her and her father and how that ends up working, of course, with her having such like huge amounts of power. This is one where I genuinely have no clue, and it is a completely new fresh series, whereas I think a lot of the other books that I have are, I've already read the first book, I'm moving on to the second. But we've got Six of Crows by Leigh, girl, I don't know, Bardugo. And yeah, I don't know what made me pick this up, but I don't know, when I was in the work, something about it just was like, girl, pick me up. But I have actually been watching other like when I watch our other little booktube videos, I guess, and I saw someone saying this is like their favourite book. You've got a convict with a thirst for revenge, a sharpshooter who can't walk away from a wager, a runaway with a privileged past, a spy known as the Wraith, a heartrender using her magic to survive the slums, a thief with a gift for unlikely escapes, 6 dangerous outcasts, 1 impossible heist. Together they might just be unstoppable if they don't kill each other first. My gosh, I'm excited for this, and it's one of 6 books. It says Ocean's 11 set in a Game of Thrones-esque world. I'm excited, like I'm so excited to see how this goes, because girl, what we got going on here for real? I'll have to let you know how this one goes, but this is on my TBR, and this has been sitting on my TBR for I think maybe 2 months, maybe. Yeah, we'll see how this one goes. Another fresh one that I've not read is the Book of Azrael, if I'm saying that correctly, and this is Zoo of Gods and Monsters. I'll probably end up reading this one in October. I mean, I don't celebrate Halloween, but for the spooky vibes I'll do this one probably in October. I have heard that this one can be quite dark, so I'm not actually sure how much I'm going to enjoy it, because I don't really think I like too much darkness. Like, I'm not really the biggest fan of that, but we will see. I think this may have like an enemies to lovers theme, just because it says, with every world at stake, Diana and Samkiel, I don't know, are forced to set aside their animosity and work together before all is lost. At least we've got that. I do like a little enemies to lovers. From what I've read on the back, it sounds like Diana made a deal with somebody and is now in servitude to them. And you know, in these fantasy books, when people make a deal, you have to be so specific. Like, they're so serious about these deals. I might like where this goes. And then you've got Caden, and he's like, I'm just gonna say like a lost prince sort of thing, or a lost king, who is forced back to like this realm because people he loves are going to die. I don't know, I think that makes for a good plot if you ask me. Okay, this one I have been super excited to finally start, and it's Zodiac Academy by Caroline Peckham and Suzanne Valenti. And now is the perfect time. It's September, and I know this is academia, so I can't wait to delve into this. Do I know what it's about? No. Do I know the writing is meant to be terrible? Yes. But everyone does say the plot is just amazing, and sometimes we don't need anything completely mind-blowing. Sometimes we just need something that you can sort of just get lost in and read, and this might be it. The back of it also says, I'm a Gemini, impulsive, curious, headstrong, a twin, heir to a throne I know nothing about, and it turns out I'm Fae. I'm a Gemini. I don't know anything about star signs, if I'm honest. I just know that I'm a Gemini, but I was like, okay, I'm gonna read about me. It's like reading about me. I don't, again, like, even the back of it doesn't really give me much of what it is that's going to be read in this book, but I do find it interesting, and it turns out I'm Fae. It's giving me a bit of a Kindred's Curse saga, like Spark of the Everflame, where it's like she has no clue that she's half descended. That makes a lot of sense. I was wondering why it had the little Gemini symbol, but yeah, we'll see how this one goes. I'm not expecting a lot out of it in terms of writing or thought-provokingness, but I am expecting a good plot, so I will be disappointed if the plot is not as good as everybody says it is. Oh whoa, the writing is huge. Look how big that writing is. I don't know. Oh, I don't think I'm a fan of that. Okay, we'll see. We'll see how I get along with this, but oh, I was not expecting the words to be so big. I don't know, that's kind of hurting my eyes a bit. Anyway, and then we've got the last of my TBR for the next few months, and this is The Ashes and the Star-Cursed King, and this is Araya and Rain, who we see in, I can't remember the name of the book. We are following Araya and Rain from The Serpent and the Wings of Night, and that was when they was in, I think it's called the Kajari, where it's like a series of games that they have to play to survive and move on to the next like I don't know, next thing. It's about being how powerful you can be or something, and it comes to the point where you have like only one person come in, everyone else needs to die, and it's living in this like house where you can still be killed. But this is vampire focused. Araya isn't a vampire, she's actually like mortal, so I don't know, but she got adopted basically by the king, and now I believe it's going to delve into the fact that she's forced to live with Rain and become Rain's bride, and I don't know where else we're going to go from here. The Serpent and the Wings of Night, I did actually like the book, but I also felt like, I don't know, like I wanted more. Like I just didn't feel, I felt maybe a bit underwhelmed. But I do understand, like, it's the first book in a series and sometimes you just need to build something out. But I do feel like the second book will be a lot better than the first book, so I am excited to move on to this one and read this one as well. That is the last of my TBR. I guess, to be fair, actually it's not. The last of my TBR is Heat of the Everflame, which I'm currently reading, and I'm not ready to give up this series because we have to wait for Burn of the Everflame, and I just love this series with all my heart. There's just so much to it, there's so much to think about, but yeah, I do want to, I guess I do need to finish it. So Heat of the Everflame is also on my TBR, but please guys, read this series, A Kindred's Curse series by Pen Cole. Spark of the Everflame was amazing, Glow of the Everflame was amazing, and Heat of the Everflame has also been amazing. I love this series so much, and I've recommended it to anyone who will listen. I don't know anyone else who's read it, which is so annoying because there's so much to speak about in this. Like, if I was in a book club, we could go on for days with all the themes and this slow burn. This is the slowest burn in the world, but I absolutely love the book. Someone read it. People read it, I'm telling you, you will not regret it. But yeah, I do want to finish this, and then I have to wait until next year, I think, for Burn of the Everflame, which is really sad. I don't want to be leaving Luther. DM, she's starting to grow on me. She gets on my nerves, but I do still like her, and I feel like we're starting to get a bit of an Aileen vibe. I feel like she's gonna break into like her Aileen, like badass type of vibe, and I'm so excited to see that growth in her. I love this series. Like, if there's anything you can take from this video, read this series. So that is my TBR for a few months. These books are a bit hefty. Like, I'm sure a lot of these will be over 800 pages. So we are going to be taking a minute to get through these, but this should carry me through to December. And yeah, the aim is to buy no more books. It's to read what we have. But the only thing about this is that these books are series, so once you finish it, you probably will want to move on to the next one. We'll see how I get along with that. If you've read any of these books, have any thoughts or feels, please comment below and tell me. If you've read Spark of the Everflame, Glow of the Everflame, Heat of the Everflame, please comment down below. Oh my gosh, I'm so obsessed with these books. But thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye.